So I'm going to talk for a moment about the sixth form exam results in 2019, particularly those relating to independent schools, because here at the Independent Schools Council we collect the data. And the first thing that our data showed us was that there'd been a significant increase in the numbers taking alternatives to A-levels, and in particular the pre-U, which is slightly more stretching than A-level, the BTEC, which is for students who are keen on vocational courses, and the extended project qualification, which is becoming very popular, which is a form of independent research which students do normally alongside A-levels, and universities like it. Obviously a good number also do the International Baccalaureate, where there was a very slight fall this year, but it remains popular. So overall, independent schools results at A-level were very good this year, with over 17% of papers sat being graded at A star compared to the national average of 7.8%. And nearly 46% got an A or A star, again a remarkable figure. In fact, the proportion getting an A or A star went down very slightly this year on last year, but that's because we've taken some more non-selective schools into the Independent Schools Council membership, and in fact there was also a decline nationally. On the basis of A-level points, 80 of the top 100 schools in England were independent schools, and that's a pretty astonishing result when you think, for example, of the grammar schools, which are so popular, so difficult to get into, have such high standards, and indeed many state sixth forms, even in comprehensives these days, have very high entry requirements. So well done to the independent schools, but also well done to those state schools sponsored by independent schools, like Harris Westminster, for example, and the London Academy of Excellence, which was the first of these state school sixth forms sponsored by, at the moment, 6 independent schools, where 65% of the A-levels were graded as A star A, and 22 of the pupils went into Oxford or Cambridge. These are incredible results, so well done to them. A lot of the media interest around A-level time this year focused on university applications, and there were a number of really quite interesting trends being written about. First of all, there was a big increase in the use of clearing, with most universities having most courses up on clearing so that students could apply at the last minute for something. And also the interesting observation that about 1,000 courses on clearing were reserved for international students, weren't available to UK students at all, because international students pay higher fees. Secondly, there was growing concern about the number of students who were getting in to university on the basis of unconditional offers. They didn't need to even take their A-levels. And universities are using unconditional offers to try and scoop up students because they're desperate for more numbers. But it's bad for the students because the research evidence shows that students with unconditional offers take their foot off the pedal and end up with weaker A-level results than they would have otherwise had. And that's bad for them in the long run if employers ask to see your A-level results, as they often do. And also a general concern about the cumbersome nature of the university admission system in this country, based on predicted grades, the great majority of which are wrong. Most predicted grades are wrong, and so there's still a big push for what's called a post-qualification application system. In other words, students shouldn't apply to university until they've got their A-level results. But that's something that's been called for many years and hasn't yet happened.